Hey, what's up, guys? It's some gamer here, and welcome to a big theory that I have. Now, as you can read from the title and the thumbnail, this video is talking about how Red and Ash can be related. Now, of course, if you're not familiar with Red is the player you choose in Red, Blue, Green, and Yellow, and then his name is Red. So he's kind of like the first character you can pick. They also brought him in Sun and Moon as a teenager. So yeah, and if you're not familiar with Ash is the one we always follow in the Pokemon anime. So yeah, now this theory is going to be talking about how Ash and Red can be family. Now, by family, I don't mean brother, I don't mean cousins, I mean family. Ash can be the dad of Red. Now, of course, Red it was supposed to be in the first games like Ash, like the Ash we were supposed to have in the games, but then Ash was in the anime, so they couldn't have Ash on both games. So both stuff. So Red was supposed to be Ash. Now, one thing is look at her hairstyle. As I said, Red was supposed to be Ash in the games, so he's supposed to be like the Ash in the games, but his name is Red. So look at her hairstyle. Even though I have a picture right here of Ash, and then there's another picture of Red right here. Even though Red's hair is brown and Ash's hair is black, they still look the same. Now look at his hairstyle. Now look at his hairstyle. They have Red doesn't have that thing right here on the forehead, the hair hanging out, but he does have that kind of spiky hair thing. The same goes with Ash. Another thing is their team. Now let me go to a picture of Red's team. Okay, so Ash and the Kanto team in Kanto, I really did a lot of research right now. I have a whole entire paper. Ash and Kanto had a Pikachu, Snorlax, Charizard, and a Lapras. And the same goes for Red. He has a team of 6. The first one is starting with Pikachu, the next one's Venusaur, the next one's Charizard, Blastoise, Lapras, and also Snorlax. So it goes with the same as Ash's team. Now, I'm not sure how he got that team. I know there's a series out there. I think it's Pokemon Origins. I'm not sure. I haven't seen that. I've been trying to get full episodes, but I cannot just find them. So I'm not sure where he got that team. Of course, we know he got Charizard and all stuff, and so. Yeah, he has the same exact team as Ash. So maybe Red was born, and Ash is like, oh, here, take my team, and all stuff, some of my team, and all stuff. Another thing that leads to Ash being the father of Red is that in the games you can call him Ash. Of course, as I said, he was supposed to be, Red was supposed to be Ash in the games, but you can name him as Red and all stuff. But just imagine this. Ash sees Red when he's born, and he's like, oh, it looks just like me. So maybe let's call it Ash. But then after that, maybe the mother is like, oh no, I think we should call it Red because, that's just more fitting name and all stuff. So maybe at the beginning, Ash is like, oh, let's call him Ash, the second one or something like that. Let's call him Ash. But then after that, at the end, they chose Red. Another thing is that, well, let me go to the picture. Another thing is that the mom, I'm not sure how I came up with this, but the mom looks a lot like Serena. Now, I don't know, of course, I don't know the name of the mom tell me in the comments down below if you know the name. I'm not sure if they even say the name or they just refer to her as mom. But imagine, how everybody, you see Serena kiss Ash at the end of the X, Y, and Z anime. So just imagine, there's a world, the video game world, where Ash stayed. Well, maybe just imagine this. Ash is going through other journeys. So let's say after Kalos, he went to Alola. After Alola, he went to the Janaid and past that. But once he was kind of like older, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna go visit back. I'm gonna go visit Serena. And then after that, they got married and had a child and all that stuff. So yeah, but we'll touch that thing of the child a little bit later. So I don't know what the name of the mom is, but if you do know, just tell me in the comments down below. Of course, this is just a theory, so it doesn't have to be, like correct. I'm just doing it because I think, it's kind of like, what I think. I don't know if it's correct. If it's correct, I'll be like, wow. If it's not correct, I'll still be like, okay, hey, it's just something I think, But yeah. Another thing is that the same hat Ash wears in the X, Y, and Z anime, and also the X and Y. The hat that he wears looks a lot like the hat that Red wears. So, just imagine this. Red was born, all stuff, and then after that, maybe the baby Red just sees a lot of caps of, Ash right there, and just puts on the Kalos cap. See, it's this kind of like a little bit the same. It's not the same, but maybe they changed it a little bit. So, yeah, maybe, later once he grows up, maybe her mom or maybe Ash even changed the hat a little bit and gave it to Red. And he's like, here, take the cap. That way when you go to your adventure and all stuff, maybe it was like a little bit ripped and all stuff, so maybe he changed a lot and stuff. He made it a little bit different, and that's another thing hinting to Serena being the mom. They have both. Ash wears the same cap he wears in. Red wears the same cap he wears in. Okay, let me say this again. Red wears the same cap Ash was wearing in the S and Y anime. There we go. And that's another thing, maybe hinting that the mom could be Serena. Now, another thing is that you never know who your dad is. Like in the game, you just see a computer, telling you this, and that. But maybe, Red was born, Ash took care of him and all stuff, and then once he was older, Ash went, he's like, you know what, it's been long, so I'm gonna go visit my friends in other, regions to see how they're doing, and he went to his own adventure with Pikachu, maybe even went to a new region, who knows, and then after that's how, maybe, Ash never, that's why Red never, you never know who his dad is, or you never find your dad, because then after that, he's gone. And they even say it on every single game, your dad is in an adventure. They even say that he's on his own journey. So maybe Ash goes back to each region, visiting his friends, and all stuff, and maybe goes to his own adventure into a new region, and all stuff, while he leaves Red behind. Maybe even Red's mom is like really mad because Ash left, that they just say, oh, your dad, they don't even want to talk about him and all stuff. So, yeah, that could be another thing. And then the next thing is that, let's say Serena, and Ash, Ash comes back. Let's just pretend this is Serena, okay? Ash comes back to Kalos, marries Serena, they have a baby, and then if Red was supposed to be born in Kalos, they go back maybe to Kanto, because Ash is like, oh, let's go back and all stuff, because I want to go visit my mom and all stuff. And so maybe that's what happens. or if and then at the end they just stay there, with in Kanto because they wanted to go back to Carlos where Serena was, but then after that, Ash is like, no, let's raise him here, then he can start on his own adventure since the region I started from, and that stuff. Or maybe Red was born in Kanto, just our son just born in Kanto and all stuff. And then he was raised there until Red left. But yeah, that's mostly all I have. So just saying this whole entire thing again, just in case you didn't get it. Red has the same hairstyle as Ash. They have the similar team. Ash has a Pikachu. Ash has a Snorlax, Charizard, and Lapras. And the same goes for Red. You can call Red Ash on the games. Then after that, Red's Ash looks like Serena. It doesn't have to be Serena. Let's say it doesn't have to be Serena. I'm just saying it's Serena because Ash has the same cap he had Red has the same cap he had on Carlos. So, and then after that, it's the first time you seen Serena kiss Ash. So maybe, it doesn't have to be Serena. Another thing that I thought was Serena is because when looking at Serena, she has kind of like a brownish hair, and the same goes for Red. So then after that, has maybe a little bit, you can see it's kind of like brown/dark. So it comes from a little bit of brown from Serena, a little brown from Ash. So yeah, and another thing is that the mom looks like Serena. I already said that. They have the same hat. Red wears the same hat he had it wears the same hat Ash had on X and Y anime. Then after that, blah blah blah, looks a lot like Ash hairstyle. Okay. Then after that, Red was supposed to be Ash on the games, but then after they name him after that, you never see Red's dad and all stuff. So yeah. Tell me in the comments down below, what do you think of that? I had my notes right here. It took me like 1 week to do research for this. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I know it's kind of like crappy and all stuff because you kind of don't get me. But I think you guys know what am I going with all of this. That may be the Ash, it could be the dad of Red because you never see him and all stuff. But tell me in the comments down below, what do you think about this? And that's gonna do it for this video. So yeah, stay tuned for another theory. Another theory I wanted to do was that, well, I won't say it because then people, maybe could steal it and all stuff. But I won't say it, probably only to my friends. But then after that, from there, I won't say it because people can steal the theory or something like that. But I was gonna do a video about it, but it's not right to make the video about it because it doesn't make sense. So yeah, but yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for this episode. So if you're new, please subscribe, please like, share, peace.